Okay, once again, you are welcome for this next part for our discussion. I'm very sure that if you were able to really open the video and watch about how we can really use this platform pros, it's because you are really interested as a translator in getting jobs, and you are really at the right place, because no matter what we do, the aim is what? At the end, we would like to receive jobs so that we can be able to earn a living and be able to really use our talents to really put it to use. And Pros is one of the platforms that is going to help us to achieve this. In the preceding video, I was talking about another platform, that is Translation Directory. In case you have not watched that one, please, you can go to my channel and then watch how we can also use Translation Directory to be able to apply and then receive jobs and be able to really put to good use our talents. The focus of our video of today is to really help us to see practically how we can use this platform called Pros. Pros is really interesting, and I can really speak out of experience, because for this more than 10 years that I've been in the translation industry, I can really say that Pros is one of the platforms that really helped me to be able to be where I am today. Because in the beginning, that is even where I was mostly focusing to try to look for clients to get jobs. And that is even where I started having my first jobs, which really helped me to acquire all the experience I really got over these many years, that I'm really more than happy to share with you freely on this platform, so that you too can be able to reach that peak, and I'm more than convinced that you can be able to really achieve that. Now, as I promised, I'm going to help you now to see practically how you can use this platform called Pros to be able to look for customers, to get jobs, and how you go about opening your account, trying to set it up so that it is really ready to go. Without over talking, let us try to move now to my next screen, as I'm going to share it with you, so that together we can see practically how we go about opening our account in Pros, or how you can really make good use of your account in case you have one but you are still struggling to see how to really set it up and really make good use of it. Let's meet in the other side of my screen. As I promised, I'm going to share my screen with you, and then we are going to see practically how we can create our account with Pros. Means that the first thing I'm going to do, let me try to open the browser. Let me open my Chrome. Just open a new page. Okay, on this page, I just need to take now the website. Let me go and get the website of Pros. This is the website. I just copy it. Then I move now to my browser, and then I paste it there. Let me paste it. Let me load it. We just wait a few minutes for the page to open. Let's just be patient a bit. Okay, this is it that has opened. Okay, in this case, you can see it has opened directly with my information there, because here I'm already logged in and it recognizes me. Let me go to a browser where I have not really logged in and I have not saved my information. Let me open from this Microsoft Edge. Let me open here, and then I hope here you will not be able to log me in directly, because I really want to show you how you can go about really creating your account from scratch. Okay, this one is good because this is how it's going to open in case you don't have an account. Once this page opens, it's still loading, but already we can see online community and workplace for language professionals. This is an online community and workplace for language professionals. When you open the page for the first time, as you see here, If you don't have any account, you'll be mostly interested with this part that says register free. But if you already have an account, you need to instead click on login. Meaning in our case here, we are going to click on register free. You just need to click on register free and then we wait for the page to load. Let's just be patient a bit, please, as it's loading. Register free. Just wait for it to load. It's very easy. When the page has loaded, you notice here there are two proposals. The first one says, are you a freelancer? Start below if you're a freelance translator, interpreter, or even a student representing a business. Click here if you are a translation company or an end client. Because some people come here to register and here you can see their pricing. You can register for free. Usually it's good to first of all register for free when you are creating your account. But these are their pricing. Per year you have the standard package, plus and premium. Usually I advise you when you are beginning, just take the standard package and if you do the most of the things you need here. Mean that we are going to click here, we select here. Are you a freelancer? Yes, I'm a freelancer. You click on are you a freelancer and then you wait for the page to load. Because some register here as companies where we now go and apply to receive jobs from them when they employ us. When I click now on freelancer, I come now where they say free, register now. I click on register now. And I wait now for the page to load. Let's just be patient a bit, please. As the page is loading. At this level now, they are going to tell you now, register with your Google. If you have your Gmail account, you can use it to register. You just click there and then it will take you now to the next page. If you are signing with your Gmail account, it will be easier. You just click on it, you select the Google account you need and then you create your account. But in my own case, me, I instead created my own account directly. I came here where they say create a new pros.com account. I came here, account type, I clicked here and I selected. I said freelance translator or interpreter. This is what I selected. I'm not an agency. I'm not just a freelancer. I'm a freelance translator. And sometimes also I do some interpretation. Meaning I selected this first one in my own case. You now will see which one really fits you best. And I enter my email address when I was creating my account. I put my first name. Put your real information, please. I put my last name and then login for username. When they say login in small letter, you can put, for example, something like, let's say, for example, Kamgwa. I'm just giving an example. Kamgwa. Then you need to put a password. You see, like when I click here, Kamgwa, they say Kamgwa is available. Mean that it's something you can use. If somebody else had already selected it, they will tell you that it's not available. The password, please use a very strong password. And then you reconfirm that very password here. Here now you select your country. Me, I will scroll and then I will select my country. Now, what is your native language? Specify your main native language. You can enter more later. Mean that here you specify the main one. But when we are going to create the account later on, now you can decide to add another one if you have more than one mother language. Under here, they say I must check the settings of the cookie, accept the cookies. Please always accept the cookies so that your experience with the website will really be easier. Accept the cookies. I just scroll down. You check all this. Once you check all of these and then I don't see anyone too important here. You just need to come where they say agree to terms. Please always check agree to terms. You click here, I'm not a robot. And then to show that you're a human, you are not a robot filling this. And then you click now create account. Once you have created your account, you are ready. You already have your free account ready. I will meet you now in the other screen where I've logged in with my own account so that we can proceed to the next step. Let me go now to my account where I've logged in. Mean that once you log into your account, this is how it looks like. Mine is somehow really advanced because this is somehow an old account. Now, when you log into your account and you are new, the first thing you need to do is to set up your account, please. You need to really try to fill as many things that are necessary for your account to be functional. Just come where you are seeing that you are logging information. This is my own login information. You can see a picture there because when you are trying to upload things in your account, information that are really necessary, there's a place where they ask you to load your picture. Try to load a professional picture, please. At the level of that you are logging information, when you just browse there, you don't need to click anything. When you just put the mouse there, this page is going to open. What interests you, please, is just to scroll down. Don't click on anything. Just scroll down where you see under my profile, where they say edit profile. Click on edit profile. Okay, they say the page is not available. Should just be some, their network is loading. Okay, finally it has opened. Once it opens, please, you have a lot to fill here. All this information you need to fill because you are having two parts where they say profile completeness. There is a part where they say required. These are some basic information. You see my own case, 100%. I feel all what was required. Now there is a part also where they say encourage. Over 100%, you can see I feel 78% of what I felt was really necessary. Now you need to fill all this information, all. You see mine, most of them are filled. You need to come under contact, you click on it, and then you'll be able to enter your contact information. Where do you live, your location? What's your phone number? You put it. If you have a Skype, you can put it. Translation network, is there any platform where you are? Do you have a website? Once you have filled what is necessary, you come and click on save and update profile. Always click on save and update profile so that your information can be stored in their system. Once you are finished with contact, you move down to services and offerings. Services and offerings, you also read what are your services. You need now to select, like my own case, I selected translation, editing, proofreading, interpreting, software, localization. You put your fields of expertise. All this will show you some fields. When you select one, like if I select law, when you click on add, you move to what you have selected. These are the few I selected. You need to just read and see which one you are comfortable with. What are some specialty fields you are comfortable with? You read them. When you click on one, you click to add to specialty, and then it's going to add it here. In all this, you have to do them like that manually. And at this level, now they will tell you now, software and CAD tools. What are the software and CAD tools? You need to click. For example, there you are going to see Trados, WordFast, and any other CAD tool you are comfortable with. Me, I can already assure you to select SDL Trados because there is a video where I really showed you, I broke down how to use SDL Trados. You can select SmartCAD. I broke down how to use SmartCAD. You can select, for example, WordFast. In the upcoming video, I'm going to show you how to use SmartCAD. You can just select, then you click on add so that you can add on this column. Once you have done all of that, there is the next part. Do you have a certificate in Trados? If you are beginning, I don't think you will have. But if you're interested, once you get your Trados, you can get a certificate from them to show that you really master it. You answer these other questions, and then you always click on save and update profile. Meaning once you are finished with that next one, you need now to move to the next where they say languages. You click on languages. Languages is one of the most important part because there you need to select your languages. What is your native language, or what are your native languages? Me, I selected mine, English and French. Which other language do you know? I added Italian. That's one of my other languages I do. If there is another one that you know, you add it here, you click on add and you add the language there. What are your language pairs? That is to say, you translate from word to word. And what are your combinations? This is where you are going to click and select them. I selected mine. You can see English to French. And then you will select what are your rates per word. As I said, please, when you are beginning, always make sure to select rates per word that are low. Don't select things that are high. But the more you gain experience, you can increase them. Usually, I advise beginners to select 0.02 or higher 0.03 per word. That is US dollar per word. Please don't select something too high. Because when they check your CV and they see there is no rate too rich, it may hamper you. And then if you have another language pair more than mine, you can add it here. You can select as many as possible. Under here where they say credentials, there's now you need to add. Do you have any diploma? It can be maybe you were trained as a translator in school, or maybe you did languages in a center and so forth. Is there anything that you can prove here? When you come here, you can be able to upload them. You can see I uploaded mine here, upload them there so that they will verify it, you see. And then always click on save and update profile as I said, so that your information can be stored. Under here now you come to where they say financial. Financial usually are how would you like to be paid and how much will you receive per words, for example. You see, I put here per word mine. I could put this because somehow I'm really experienced. You see, I could put these high rates, but if you are beginning, please start with something low. When I started, I selected 0.02 at the beginning. Started with something very low so that you could allow me to quickly get customers and enrich my CV. And the more I gain experience, I was able now to increase my rates. If you are beginning, please, my humble advice to you is that start small and grow. Once you select your rates, you click on save rates. Now, what are your payment methods? What do you accept? If you accept PayPal, you need to put your PayPal here. If you accept Skrill is a payment method. You put your email of Skrill here. Whatever you accept here, you just click on it and you put add, it's going to propagate it here. As I selected mine here. If you accept Payoneer, you put it here, you see, so that people who are looking for you, they may see that, okay, you accept a payment method that they really use to pay translators. Your financial information and the currency that you prefer, me I say I prefer Euro. But this one is not really too important. If you don't put it, it's not really too important. Once you put what is really important, save and update profile. What is mostly important, please put your languages. What are your language combinations? Professional history. You click on it and then you can put your professional history. That is to say, you can translate a sample paragraph or two paragraphs, you check them well, you proofread well, you can paste them here as I pasted so that people can look directly and see maybe one example of what you did. Maybe you have an English source text here and you translate, for example, into French, you paste here so that people can really check to see your work. And even your career, have you done some jobs in the past and so forth, you can tick them here. Once you have done, never forget to click on save and update profile so that your information can be stored. The next one is marketing and promotions. You are going to put a tagline here. The tagline is just something that is advertising you. Like for example, I put my own tagline. See, it should be something very simple like mine. I just put giving meaning to words. That's all. That's my tagline. Giving meaning to words. Then you go to your photo, click on photo, you upload your photo as you have been seeing my own here, and then you have your profile greetings. What's your message? You have your bio. This is not too important. Your CV is really important. You need to upload your CV. And as I said, just under here, if you look, I've prepared a sample CV that I'm going to attach. I will attach it in the guide. Just get the link under. You fill some basic information. You are going to receive this sample CV. I try to tailor it toward translation, you see, the basic information you need to fill, because this CV will be there permanently. And under, you see, I've put some of these references. As you start getting jobs, you'll be enriching your CV progressively. I will attach this in the guide. Just try to get the guide, and then you will have this sample CV that can guide you in creating your own CV. You see, I uploaded my own CV. I uploaded it in English, in French, and even in Italian, so that they can upload in the language of their choice. Usually, it's good to select PDF, but if they refuse, you can upload in Word. There is no problem with that. Always click on Save and Update Profile. Once you are through with the CV, you move now to data security. You see, they have some security concern that you need to agree with. Once you agree, you click Save and Update Profile. Feedback, search engine optimization, some words that can make that they can quickly locate you when they are searching for translator. Mean that this is just basically what you need to do to really update your profile. Please do this first before you start looking for jobs, because some companies at times they themselves go to pros and they are looking for translators. If your profile is complete, they themselves can contact you. Make sure your profile is okay. Once you are ready with your profile, the next step now, still on this page, we need now to go and apply for jobs. And to do so, you come here where you have terminology. Just after terminology, you have jobs and dictionaries. This is what interests us. Jobs and dictionaries. Don't click here. I'm just putting my mouse on it. Once you put your mouse on jobs and dictionaries, you just scroll down where you are seeing browse jobs. I'm not clicking on anything. I just scroll down. I put the mouse on browse jobs. Once I am there, I click on browse jobs. You just wait for it to load. Once it has loaded, it's going to show you all the jobs, the current jobs. For example, this is the latest job that was posted on April 25th, for example. You see, in my own case, the jobs will be available in all the three languages I put: Italian, English, and French. You see, this is a technical translation from Italian into English, and they are going to only propose jobs in the languages pair you selected. And then make sure to select your language pair. Let's take, for example, let's scroll down and look for one job opportunity. For example, this one says English into French of Benin. English into French of Benin. Job opportunity, linguistic validation. When you see it and then you look at it, you're interested, you just come at that level, you click on it. English into French Benin job opportunity. I just click on it and I wait. A new page is going to open. That is the page of the job. And then they are going to now give you the detail about the job. For example, they say this is a restricted job. Why do they say it's restricted? They say the information in your profile does not match the criteria set by the job poster. Why? Because they say the outsourcer is the person, the company that posted the job has chosen to restrict quoting on this job to those who, number one, are native speaker of French. They say I've reported, I qualify for that. Number two, people who currently live in Benin, you have not reported. I mean, I don't live in Benin, that's why I cannot qualify for this. But in case it happened that maybe I traveled there, I was there, I can edit here. I click here, then I select Benin, they will allow me to be able to apply for this job. And the third condition was that you just need to be a freelancer. They say I am, I mean I was qualified. I mean that they say submit code. In case This condition to be in Benin was not there. I just need to click on submit quote, and then I fill the basic information, and then I attach my CV and send, and then the company is going to receive my information. Later on that they will go through them, and the few people they select, they will now move on with them with the process to finally get them the job done so that you can be recruited. And when they send you the job, try to do it perfectly so that you can be even one of their permanent freelance translators. When they have jobs, they can continuously be sending it to you. I mean that this is the first way to apply for jobs. Let me close this one. I want to take a one where there is no quote. Let's take another one. Let's scroll down. Let's take another one. Like this one, they say English to multiple languages. Let's click on it to see what it says. I hope that one is not a quote. Yes, it's not a quote. You see, you just read the information up here to see. And then you come down here and you read the information about the job. English to multiple languages. Obviously, my languages must be there because they always send the languages you selected. These are them here. The languages are there. English to Croatian, English to Czech, English to you read. And you obviously see your language there. And they say the language variant is Belgium. That is the French from Belgium. I have no problem with that. Be it French France, French Belgium, me I do all of that. You now read the instruction about the job. See? And always make sure to get the name of the representative of the company because you are going to add it on your cover letter. Because as I said, you open a Word document and then you try to make sure that this cover letter is there, that you'll be adjusting according to each company. And I said, don't bother a lot because this cover letter, there are two of them. This is number one, and the second sample cover letter is just under. I'm going to also include it in the free guide. Just get the link under, you click on it, you'll be able to get now this sample cover letter. When you adjust the cover letter, you'll be able now to use it now, and they will give you the information now. For example, they say this is the payment method, bank transfer. They will now pay only through bank transfer. And the payment terms, always look at them. For example, they say they pay after 45 days from the invoice date. I mean that once you finish the job, if they select you and you send the job and you send the invoice, they will pay you after 45 days. If you agree, you can apply. And then they give the volume. This is a job of 50,000 words. And then they give the expertise. Here they say this is a medical document. Are you comfortable with medical document, pharmaceutical domain, field? If not, you better go and look for another job, please. Apply only for fields where you are comfortable. And you see here that as you be looking, when you click for more information, you will get the email of the company. You just get the email and then you go to your email, you attach your CV, your cover letter, you modify, and then you send to the customer. And that these are the two ways. You can get the email, or the second way, as we saw in the case of that job from Benin, some prefer that you send them a code. They don't want to put their email here. You just fill the information and you send the code. And then if they select you, you are ready to go. That's how you start building that portfolio. And as I said, it's good to start small. Even if they don't pay you high, the more you get jobs, the more you will gain a lot of experience. And the most important thing when you are beginning in the field is to build your CV. That is where your first riches is going to be. Because when your CV gets heavier with more references, that is how you'll be having more better jobs. Thank you very much for paying attention to this demonstration of how we can use pros. In the upcoming video, I'm going to come back to another important CAD tool, that is WordFast. Just be in the lookout, and I'm going to see you in my next screen. Thank you. I would like to really thank you for really paying attention throughout this demonstration. We were able to really see how we can create our account with pros, how we can really set it up to be ready to go, and also how we can really try to apply there to get jobs. I'm very grateful for the time you took so far, and I'm really happy you paid attention. And I'm also convinced that you have really got some value, at least just to show your appreciation. Please just take few moments and just try to click on the subscribe button so that you can be notified as soon as a new content pops up, and also press the like button to show your appreciation for this free information. And also, as I said, please, the website of pros and even the CV, that model I talk about, and even the sample cover letters, you don't need to over worry about them because I've compiled them in the free guide. Just go under and then you get the link, fill some basic information, and then you will receive the free guide where you will be able to get this. You can try to tweak them, put your personal information, and then you are ready to go. You can make good use of pros. Once again, thank you very much. And always know that I am more than convinced that you can really make it in this industry. Just with some small effort, it is possible to succeed in this industry despite the challenges we are facing. Once again, just go under the link and then you try to fill the basic information and you receive the guide where we are going to go deeper over this, because this is just an aspect of pros. There is still a lot that has to do with these pros that I could not go deeper. But when you get the guide, you will have more information there. And also, beside these pros, I talk about translation directory. There are other elements that are linked to the translation industry that you need to master so that you can really be complete as a translator. Just get the guide and you will get a lot of information from there. In the very near future, as I promised last time, I'm going to touch another card tool that I also see is important to master. That is word fast. It's another popular card tool that as a translator it's good to know how to use it so that in case you fall with a customer that is requiring you for you to use word fast, at least you have some mastery over it. Either just be in the lookout because very soon I'm going to post a video about how to go about using WordFast. Once again, thank you very much for your time and see you soon.